So Jax is 100% having a midlife crisis. I mean, he's probably not going to live past about 65 or 70. So this is about the time, right? Like he's fully in his midlife crisis.
I think some people can have more than one midlife crisis. I think the longer you live out your teenage years and early 20s, the more midlife crises you may get later on.
Mm.
I'm not really sure what I've done to you, but I'll take a Pinot Grigio.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio. I am Sundi, the pop culture professor, and I am the self-proclaimed expert on all things pop culture, really heavy on the self-proclaimed these days.
I am Jeff. I am the former Bravo noob turned minute Vanderpump expert and ready to dish as always.
Okay. Before we get in, we have a little bit of business. Emilie and I just spent most of the day, by the time you hear this will already be out, recording our Summer House finale and our In the City season premiere. So go check your feeds. Both of those things will be there. They're two separate this week. And many episodes were back. We took a week off. We took 2 weeks off for our vacation and recovery time. But we're back, and we might have some special surprises for you on the mini episode. So just stay tuned for that. As always, vintage VPR, which, as you know, you're listening to it right now, but we've moved it to Wednesdays and Fridays. Pay attention. Turn your alerts on your podcast app so it'll tell you when we come in. To that end, if you're listening right now, just pop in there, give us a little review, like rate us, a little few stars here and there, give us a review. That really helps us get seen and kind of helps us bump us up. And of course, always follow us at Take a Pinot Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We have fun in there.
Y'all are hilarious. The Summer House stuff is fantastic. I loved it.
God.
I loved a lot of it. Today, it was
so
great.
Much.
I'm having my Flower Boy grape. Cheers.
That's right.
Toast to y'all.
Cheers. How's the grape? Is it better than Orange Crush or no?
Grape and orange are close. Yeah, I think I'm just more of a citrus fan with this stuff. So it wins, but grape and cola in third.
Jeff, you are single-handedly bringing Loverboy back to life because it is on life support. You ready to get started with Bitch Please?
Bitch Please. You know I'm ready.
Season 4, episode 17. We are really closing in on the end of this season. And we got another very, very famous scene, which we'll get to it here. But to remind, here's
one I knew of. This is like 2 or 3 this year. Yeah.
James is self-destructive. Shay and Sheena fight about drinking because this feels like every single solitary previously owned that I've done every single episode.
I don't even know why they're doing them. Just get to it. This is a waste of 90 seconds right here. Let's go.
Then Stassi may or may not come to the engagement party. She really wants to make up. Brittany's getting boobs. Ariana is negative. Jax got arrested, and he is, in fact, the number one guy in the group, not Sandoval.
No.
That's right. So I don't know about you, but whenever I'm feeling some distance from my friends and really want to reconnect, I immediately think lingerie shopping. Yep, that is what it is. Let's go and get half naked and think about our bodies and how they look under fluorescent lights. Perfect.
Especially when it seems to be the two of you keep being on one side and one of you is on another side. It's a really good dynamic to have in the...
Well...
as you're going to get more revealing to each other.
Yeah. Doesn't it kind of seem, though, that Ariana's under coercion or duress? Like, her arm got twisted. She does not want to be there. And she, in fact, is making sure everyone around her is regretting coming as well.
Yeah. She could have stayed in Hawaii ever since she got back. I mean, from the moment we saw her land and go to Koreatown, since then, it's been a different ball game. And there's plenty to add on to that later.
Yes. So, and she says that Sheena is trying to salvage their relationship, but she says it with such indignance and such disgust. That to me sounds like a good thing. Sheena is trying to salvage our relationship, but instead she's like, I mean, I guess Sheena is just trying to salvage our relationship. She's just sweeping it under the rug. Okay, well,
she's trying, but she's not acting on the stuff Ariana wants her to act on. You know, she's been upset about the Kristen stuff forever, and here she is just yucking it up with Kristen, and she's not going to get past that. And now, she hasn't really talked about it a lot, but like Stassi's back. I mean, I think Ariana sees what we've been talking about lately. Like Sheena's attention goes to the brightest thing, like what's going to get her the most light. And I think Ariana is really just saying everything except that. Like she's really just going from one thing to the other rather than doing some work and actually repairing it. Like, come with us, go lingerie shopping is great, but you got to like verbalize something.
Yeah, but it takes a step. But what does Ariana want her to do? Cut Kristen off? Because wouldn't that be fairly hypocritical too? Because everybody was so mad at Stassi about Stassi demanding that Katie not hang out with X, Y, and Z. And now Ariana is not demanding it, just using emotional blackmail to get her way.
Yeah, she's just frustrated. I have no idea like what exactly she wants. I mean, she is just across the board frustrated, doesn't really want to be. She doesn't want to be anywhere close to the number one girl in the group. That's for sure.
No. I have some thoughts. You know how I love to diagnose. I do have some thoughts on this later. With my extensive medical training and background in psychology, I am very equipped to make a diagnosis. But Jeff, if we're on Fuck Watch, what are we? 20 days? 22 days? Like,
I think we're past.
Long?
Yeah, it just hasn't. I just said it's, we're back on. Lay Watch is still on, and I'm shocked. I mean, I'm shocked that she's even like not hesitant to talk about it. Like, yeah, it's still on. So now's the time to get lingerie. Like, it is not. What you're wasting time going to the store and getting. You and Schwartz could have had sex 3 times already today. Like, there is no need to go shopping. He's ready.
I mean, save that $100 and go out to eat. That way, you get your belly full.
Did you think something was going to cost $100 when they were in that store sipping champagne? I was pretty surprised. I thought it was.
Me too. I have that on my Because the Past where.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it just threw me because somebody swiped a credit card and I didn't get a Wells Fargo disco show in my eyes like I normally do from Top Chef. So I was disoriented.
Yeah. So Katie's been planning her wedding since she was 12. But Jeff, guess what? Guess what they haven't done yet? They haven't
really talk about Stassi?
Well, I meant Schwartz and Katie.
Oh.
They haven't set a date, which is the least surprising thing that we've seen. We're in the literal first scene of the show. And of course, we see Tom's flakiness again. But doesn't she kind of seem like maybe she is softening to Stassi a little in this exchange?
Yeah, it feels definitely from even the last episode. She was like exact same, like 3-4 episodes in a row. And this is the first one, like little cracks on the surface. Yeah. As we say.
They're wearing her down. Wearing her down. Yeah. I mean, I guess if everybody is like working on you towards an end, you have to just like give something. You can't just be fighting off at every turn,
It's so like unnatural the way Sheena brings it up too. It's like, I'll just force this Stassi thing into this conversation and she's going to be on the girls' weekend with us. And it's like, I think enough of that happens. And Katie's also like, okay, got it. Let's start entertaining this notion and see what happens.
Well, Sheena workshopped the Miss Stassi entry on Lisa last week and it didn't really work out. So I think she's kind of like figuring out different ways to work her into the conversation. But this exchange right here, whenever it's like Ariana, Katie, and Sheena, because Sheena's gonna Sheena, starts retelling the story about how they, quote, got upset. Ariana immediately shifts into like bitch ass. She's like, oh, hold on. Take it down. We did not get upset. And even Katie kind of flinches. She's like, okay, girl, what? And the way that Sheena reports it. So the way that Sheena reports it is that Pampered at the Disco got upset because of something. Why aren't we talking? They got upset because they were not talking about the band or whatever. Clear it up. How did Sheena hear the story?
She heard it from Jax, first off. Right. And they're just always hanging out. Yeah. It was really unclear. I mean, he was really mad. I think Jax is saying that Tom was upset he couldn't talk about the band more. But again, the thing is, he wasn't talking about the band. You know, he just used it as a loose example. In this scenario of him talking about the band, by the way, Shay has an imaginary broken leg from a car wreck. So, I mean, there's a good chance Jax also came over there to see Sheena with like a get well card for Shay also. I'm not sure what he knows about the party.
So then Ariana counters with, "You're not more important than me." Right? Like, that's the story that she told. She did not know yet how iconic the line would be, number one guy in the group. So she counters with, "Well, Jax is out here talking about he's the number one guy in the group and we are all nothing and he's mad because Sandoval." And so it's battle of the egos right here, whether or
Yeah.
not one is, more valid than the other. They're just like having a dick swinging contest here through these women who are talking about the incident, because God forbid they sit down and talk about something normally.
Yeah, I mean, the three of them are standing around talking about Jax and Schwartz and Sandoval. Like, have y'all seen yourselves in the mirror? Like, get out. What are you talking about? Stop talking about these dudes. Get out there.
And yeah, I don't want to. I know I sound like a complete misandrist all the time, but the way that these women position themselves in relation to the person they're dating, right? So, like, Katie's storyline is, "Hey, I haven't fucked my fiance and he's fucking me up." And then Ariana's storyline is, "Hey, my boyfriend's in a band and he's mad that somebody this or that." Like, I need for them to kind of just sort of like break out of this chrysalis of a male attachment. And I think Lala is doing that. We'll get to her new hobby in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But they just can't do it. So they keep such a close eye on what the boys are doing, because whatever the boys are doing are just directly affecting their particular narrative. And it's just feels like we get the same story 3 or 4 times in a row from
Yeah, we do.
separate people. Yeah. So it doesn't feel like that. It is that way.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. All the stuff that we're talking about here in this first scene, like, yeah, it's been rehashed. Except the only news is really Katie, starting to melt to Stassi a little bit, and Sheena just hangs out with Jax all the time.
I mean, I guess that Jax is a girl's girl, because Kristen loves him, Sheena loves him. He's a girl's girl.
If two people like to talk, it's Jax and Sheena. So
let's head over to the studio with Max and his guitar, his axe. Is that what the kids say? Is that what the kids call him?
The kids in like 1972 do. Yeah, they're working on a Pump CD.
Yeah.
And here's one comment we've heard before the season, also from James. He's the white Kanye West.
Oh, the white Kanye West. I had it on the separate page. I hadn't turned the page yet. Yes. And as you so astutely put it, I think Kanye West is the white Kanye West.
He absolutely is. Yes, he is the undisputed Kanye West of white people is Kanye West.
Yeah. So this Pump CD, James has composed, produced, and written all of the stuff on it.
Mm-hmm.
But not Lala. Lala will not be part of the Pump CD because she's such a tease. She can't put out. So guess what that means? You don't get on the Pump CD, girl.
Yeah, what it means is she probably said, "No, my single is going to be fine. You do whatever you want to with your Pump CD." That's also an option. She could have said, "I'm good with that."
Probably, but who knows how much she's taking his phone calls these days. So he may not even be able to tell her about it. But Max sounds pretty good, though, yeah? Like, I think he might got a little bit
It's
of
all sounding good.
there.
I mean, Lisa thinks they've captured the vibe of Pump.
Yeah. I mean, what I know about Pump, fine. It sounds fine, right? Like,
yeah,
clever boy, but you look like a slob. Okay, mom. People are watching. You're not in his bedroom quietly giving him constructive criticism. Like, don't be calling him a slob on TV. That's not nice.
Oh, that's just Lisa being Lisa right there. That she's got to mom it up a little bit.
And speaking of rehashing, we have to hear again about James's attachment to Lala and his attachment to Kristen and how it's not good for him. And you need to detach from destructive things, and the two things being alcohol and Kristen in this instance. And, just another really heavy-handed, very heavily foreshadowing lecture that we get. Last thing from this scene, she says, "You can thank me by being professional."
Yeah. She just wants the work done.
Yeah. I mean, you still have some pins left over from our last episode
No,
because put a
we pulled them
pin
all
in
out.
that.
You want me to put, yeah, I'll put one in here.
Yeah. Because it is really, really about to come full circle on that. And then we're at Dr. Tadoff, which a very convenient name. Like this doctor couldn't do anything else besides remove tattoos, obviously.
I forgot. Did they show the name again? Because I completely forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot. That's great.
Yeah.
I missed that, but I know that we found out Schwartz knows some Italian here.
We've also found out something else that he's afraid of.
Yeah, I know.
So this man is just Chicken Little. The sky is always falling on this man. And he is actively trying to talk him out of it. He's like, no, I want to be ass tattoo brothers. I don't think that means what you think it means, Schwartz.
But he doesn't want their story to end. It sounds romantic.
Yeah, they are definitely in love. And then Ariana calls, and like as soon as he picks up, she's like, let me tell you this, you won't believe this. And she just launches into some big bitchy story about, whatever, number one guy in the group.
The Sheena Jax story. Absolutely. And I mean, Tom flips pretty quick. Schwartz is even like, chill, bud.
Yeah. He doesn't like it when his daddies fight.
No, he doesn't. I love that he's so against the tattoo thing, and Sandoval's like not even giving it a second thought. It's like, well, again, just like last week, here's what your friends think of your ideas. There you go.
Yes. Well, Ariana is really putting the law down on that. Like, she is like, nope.
Oh, I know.
I need you to be done with this tattoo. I cannot look at that bacon A one more second.
No, that because when they told him it's 6 weeks or whatever it was going to be, like, that date was like circled on their calendar for a long time. Like,
she made sure he got to the appointment on time. Ariana's mad, and like Sandoval's like, yeah, way to be a friend. When has this man been a friend to you? Like, what about this particular situation is surprising or angering to you in a way that you are disappointed in his loyalty? Where has he been the last 3 seasons?
Yeah, or before that. I don't remember him saying he was always a great friend before that.
Yeah. So what we head from there. Anything else to say about that? Because Schwartz is, shaking in his boots.
Yeah, I said a new fear for Schwartz gets unlocked, and then we got the cattle prod on. And I think the woman doing that to Sandoval really enjoyed it a little bit. I don't usually like recoil much from stuff I see on TV that's painful, but this one got me like a little bit. I was like kind of twitching in my seat.
It wasn't this for me. It was Brittany's boob job for me. I couldn't, like, I was just like, oh, I couldn't. Yeah. And like whenever they did Jax's nose, I can't watch those. Like,
I didn't even I don't usually also recoil much from like when they show like what's coming up after the commercial break, and they just showed Jax in the boob office, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna we're only 10 minutes into this show, like I gotta watch this guy. Like,
yeah. You thought he talked about boobs a lot last episode? No, new record unlocked. He is absolutely about it. But before we get to Dr. Lackey's office, I want to just
I'm so happy.
Kind of laser in on a very specific moment when Stassi's a professional squatter, and Kristen has a comedy thing, like a sketch comedy, and her bit is to be Vegas ratchet. So she asked Sheena for advice, and nobody batted an eye. Nobody was like, damn, Bird. Oh, that's a read. Like, it's
well, help with what?
Right?
I have this. Like, help with what? What are you talking about? She's like, so, I've got to write this sketch in a couple of days. Like, that's a big deal, honestly. And, I'm playing this, like, so I need some help from Sheena. So she's invited. I'm like, what was the help from Sheena? I didn't get.
I heard it that she needed advice on how to be trashy Vegas type girl. And so of all of these women, Sheena was the obvious choice because she's as close to Vegas trashy as all of them. I think that's what it was for sure.
Why in the world? I don't, not disagreeing with you right off, but like, why in the world would anyone on this show need help with Vegas trash? What in the stuff that we've watched are you going to throw one of them? Like, if they draw a name out of a party of something they're supposed to dress like, and they're like Vegas trashy, like, Well, luckily I have 17 of those outfits in the closet right now. So let me go
I
just
mean,
take care of that.
they are not self-aware enough to understand that they are Vegas trash. Like, I think but I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe I misinterpreted it, but I was just like, damn, is nobody going to call Kristen out on this major read that she just gave
I,
Sheena? But so you're right.
I thought you were just going to be like burying your head in the sand because of all this comedy. I was like, look, I got
Oh,
like, whoa, 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 all over my page. I'm like,
yeah.
I'm going to have to run this show. Sunday's going to be out of here.
It was tough. It was tough, and I really like how they really like mitigated our exposure to Kristen sketch. I would not have been able to survive. I would have been no. We just got a really quick black and white little snatch of it, thank God, and then
I know.
Rachel later.
I'm going to be on the hunt. I'm going to be on the hunt for it.
Yeah,
W-
I wonder if Rachel has gone on to do other things. I feel like maybe.
oh yeah. I found out some stuff after we looked up
Yeah.
the diary show. Yeah. She did stuff for a long time and at big places. This is probably my favorite scene of Kristen of all time. Like she's got all this stuff going on. If that was a silent burn to Sheena, I love that. But then she's real, like just talking about the party. It's like, otherwise, like I ignored Ariana and Katie was looking hot as shit. I was like, that's a great roundup from Kristen. Like that's a wonderful,
I
no
mean,
fight.
maybe we should add a bit at the end of every season. Where are they now? Like for our B and C teams. So because where's Jeremy the busser who has a baby? We hadn't seen him in a while.
I
You
think he's
know,
just down the street at
where,
Pump crushing.
and then Danny. Well, we did get a little update on her. But we'll never see her again. We need to know what she's doing. So I'm gonna put that
Oh,
in my hopper.
Danny's
Put
in the
that in my to
main
do.
picture. Danny's around. Yeah. She's on like the big cast photo of the year.
You want to talk about Dr. Lakey's office?
Well, yeah. Jax's personal plastic
There,
surgeon, Dr. Lakey.
a lot.
Yeah. First off, they're talking about moving. Are they like, did something happen? Is he getting
Well,
kicked out? What's going on there?
so I don't think I realized this, but from the way that it's shot, but I am fairly certain that Jax's apartment is literally one room. Like the bed is pushed
It
up against
is. Yeah.
I don't think I understood that. I was thinking like when he would go into the closet or whatever, he was going to a different room. So if I had to guess, it's just a space issue. If I had,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay. That
right?
makes sense. My mind just, of course, went to like, oh shit, he's getting kicked out. What'd he do? So there we go.
I mean,
He
Brittany's
is,
problem now.
yeah, he's upset about a lot, and including the new relationship that he's in, and just voicing that, like, also this, like, yeah, man, you're in it. I mean, he calls it a mistake in the confessional.
Yeah.
That's not beating around the
Well,
bush, like mistake.
but so this is my problem with this too, because he is really giving mixed signals and not even to Brittany. He's giving mixed signals to us as the viewer because in his confessionals, he's talking about he's pulled a Jax, how he's, he moved around really quick and he's repeating patterns about getting arrested and fights with friends and Russian relationship to her face. He's
Yes,
buying her new boobs and getting a new place with her and all of this stuff. And so it's a real mind fuck for this girl. Well, she doesn't know that yet, but I imagine it will be when she watches this episode and is like, damn, I thought we were like doing
mistake.
good. Now I got these boobs and yeah. And it's just, but he is just, she even says, what's wrong with your relationship?
Yeah.
And he doesn't even really answer her.
Well, he does kind of, because he goes right into talking about Shay's relationship, because he's confiding in Jax, and he's like,
Yes.
Shay's also unhappy. I was like, also, well,
Yes.
all
So
right.
comparing himself to Shay about how he hates Sheena low key and says, we're in the same boat. That is
Yeah.
also a message,
I
Brittany,
was
that
like,
you might need to unpack a little bit.
why don't you go down the street to Hooters and pick up a shift real quick? Because you don't need to be here right now.
I know. That's what I wrote. I wrote her a little note. Notes. I said, "Girl, listen when he tells you what he is, because he is flat out telling her, and then giving her a different message another time. Like they are in the office for which he is making a huge investment in this woman, all the while, by the by, talking about how he wants out of this relationship. Like, what is that message there?
But he does like boobs, if you didn't know already. So Jax likes boobs, everybody. We got it. And
Jax
hopefully
likes boobs.
got it.
Listen, you're not in an elite club here, Jax. Everybody likes boobs, okay? And if you could just maybe get yourself together when you're in here and not just act like freaking Augustus Gloop, which, by the way, go to our Instagram. I did a Jax's Augustus Gloop, that he's just giddy around it. Like, sir, come on. And there's this whole discussion about size as well. Again, she doesn't want him that big, but he does.
No. We get our guy, Dr. Lakey, though, old familiar face, and we give Sarah a little screen time because we're still focused on comparing this to Sarah. Like, I honestly got it once. He's like, I don't mean to be out of line, but, kind of like Sarah's, Peter's girlfriend. Like, really, if he had just said that once, it wouldn't have been that weird, maybe. But now that it's the 11th time we're talking about it, and he's got pictures of her on the phone that he's referencing, like, what's she doing with those? Okay, we'll work that in somewhere else.
Yeah. And the fact that they are bigger than what Brittany had in mind, too. Like, it is just this weird dysmorphia situation in which, like, she's going to wake up weighing 20 pounds heavier. It's a real situation.
So is Wine and Cheese's house. Yeah.
There it is.
I mean, the Cheese's at home is not a pleasant place to hang out for a little bit. Like, open on the cat scratching Sheena. That's great.
Even her own animals are turning on her, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like, there is nowhere for her to hide. And I just wrote, there is nothing more basic bitch millennial than having a black cat named Salem. Like,
yeah.
I can throw a football in any direction and hit a woman whose black cat's named Salem. It's because, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, I'd assume. Right?
Sure.
Remember that show?
I do. I remember that show exists. Yes.
Oh, yeah. See, you are not a basic bitch millennial woman then, because that was a formative show in a lot of women's lives.
I don't know if I'm any of those. I think I'm 0 for 4 on all those things.
Right. You are. That's why this reference is missing you a little bit.
Yeah. But not missing me is Shay does not want to be in LA. That is clear. It's made very clear in this. He has said it before, and for someone that doesn't want to be in LA, like, to be this in LA, you have cameras following you around. You are you are a cog in the machine, my man. And he's not just like out and about in his DJ stuff in LA. He is part of the Hollywood machine. And now maybe we're learning a little something.
Married to the biggest fame whore star fucker there is. But no. LA, not for me. She's so passive aggressive too. She makes this little dig. Well, yeah, guess you drank a little too much the other day or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like real innocuous way to kind of walk into it. And just like she doesn't like to meddle, she doesn't like to mother him, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. No. He doesn't like it for sure. And when people, he's so vulnerable, like he is really opening up and trying to, and to just come back like, well, I don't like having a drunk husband who can't support me. Okay. You already said you were upset about him getting drunk. Like, this is a whole nother situation. What?
So that statement is really loaded, right? She did not say she didn't want a drunk husband who couldn't take care of himself. She wants somebody who can take care of her. So what does that mean? She wants to be out and about drunk as hell so he can take care of her. He's too drunk to make a living. He's too drunk. Like, what is she saying? There's so much subtext packed into that. And he snaps a little. And I got a little bit of like anger, like a real flash of maybe scary anger when he was like, but you don't let it go. And
yeah.
And then he like,
he
reels it back.
When he finally says what's on his mind, like, she really parses his words apart big time. And that's when we see him in the confessional, like, look, man, I'm 30 and I got a Sega Genesis. Like, that's where I'm at. Because I bet she does browbeat him so much. He's like, fuck this. I'm going to zone out and play the same game I did when I was 14 years old. And I'm just comfortable. I'm not saying that you can do that forever either. That's not always healthy. But, like, she's really not letting the idea breathe. Like, I need a big change. I do not like it here. I want you and I to be in a different place in our relationship. I don't want to not be in a relationship with you. I want to literally be in a different place. And she's not really hearing it or acting on it. Yeah.
And you can tell too the dynamic when they do talk because he is so reluctant to come out with it. Like he snaps and gets mad and then realizes, oh no, I've made a misstep. And then he kind of clamps down and she's like, what? What? I mean, he just like shuts all the way down. And this is whenever he goes into that big thing. But like she really had to pull it out of him. But Sheena is also being a little mixed messagey here. Like, oh, yeah, we're definitely going to move back to San Luis Obispo or wherever the fuck they're from. And, our moms are going to take care of our kids and we're going to buy a house there. When, girl? Y'all are in your 30s. When? When are you doing this? Like next year? In 2 years? Like, come on.
No, she's very mixed message about what her wants are. I mean, that's been clear many times over, and especially how she goes from friend to friend and all that stuff. I mean, she's just a new thing, whatever the brightest star is she's run into.
Sundi has a question.
Sure.
He wants to go home to Cornerville,
it's like
California,
Pasadena, right, or something. Yeah.
It's outside of that, but like to teach and coach. What do you think? What's Shay teaching and coaching here? Like, I mean, it's not advanced physics. It's not, philosophy.
Let's go ahead and let me get my boy Shay some slack here. Please, let's not mention the things he shouldn't be teaching. Like clearly it's not the Fashion Institute. All right. We don't need to be going down all of those things. I don't know. Maybe he's just volunteering, like maybe he's down at the boys club helping out until he gets a job. This is what they should do. Sheena would have had a sitcom 10 years ago if they had just gone and done that. Like, they've gotten away from the big city.
You are never going to pry Sheena's cold, dead hands off of LA. She is going to be buried on the Hollywood frickin' Walk of Fame, not even under her star. She is LA for life. Again, we're at Ariana and Sandoval's. Another couch bites the dust. This is the one. This is the infamous one.
Couch. You even let it get to the couch? You don't have anything on the opening part of this apartment scene? Ariana literally kissing Tom's creamed buttocks just right on the ass there. I thought you would be,
I mean, this is the thing too. And it just feels so out of place. It's like watching a dog walk on its hind legs to see her be nice and nurture him a little bit. I mean, that's something that a normal person would do, but just to see her be tender like that, it's like, ugh, is that a duck?
Oh, I just meant you particularly not liking it. Not like it's a gross thing to do. Yeah. No, it's funny. But like before you can even make sense of it, like, all right, what's going on at Tom's? Like Jax is walking in. I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's very weird.
He knows what he's there for. He knows his place. He's there for the brawn. But, too, this is after Ariana and Sandoval have gotten so mad and heated and pitched separate fits and fits together. But, let's bring him over because we want him to help us move a couch, which, by the way, nobody's shouting pivot. Like,
I got it. The second couch move of this apartment and no one said pivot. Yeah, I got that here. But this one, last time they made a big deal. This is not the couch. Like, well, this one is the couch. And old Couchy himself makes a joke about it. Like, he's patting the couch on the side, like, well, this thing sure got some memories. Like, when you fucked my girlfriend on it, like, shut up.
Yeah. I mean, you're out here talking like J.D. Vance is on season 4 of Vanderpump Rules. I mean, I bet, though.
Well, he kind of is.
Put that damn couch.
I mean...
That was the joke. Why didn't I go that far? Like, that was the joke.
You told me to stay away from that material, so I'm holding off.
I know, but I opened the door. But I was going to say, though, I bet they could have put this freaking couch on eBay and made a killing on it. I mean, they should have done that instead of just putting it out. They would have, some super fan, probably Brittany herself would go get it.
Oh, it's probably out there somewhere. But is there a reality TV Hall of Fame? Like in Hollywood somewhere? Do you think there is? Because if there is one, this needs to be like the cornerstone. Like this is where. Oh, I didn't mean to trigger a Sunday Google's on air.
Google's on air.
Ariana's going to bring up the the other night first, though. Like, it's all nice. They get the couch down and everything. They're going to kind of, what'd you find out?
Well, so there's not one single official, but there's 3. There's the American Reality Television Awards that sponsors the television, that is sponsored by the Television Academy Hall of Fame with like various outlets for pop culture. They induct people, like the Hall of Fame inducts people, but there's not like a museum where you can walk by and like look at artifacts and, are you doing coke in the bathroom, stuff like that.
Wait, hold on. Let's see. Sunday, did you find anything when you Googled that, by the way?
Yes, I did. There's no.
Oh,
The
I thought
answer
you
is
didn't.
no, with
Okay.
caveats. With caveats.
And like Jax flips. I mean, I recorded it even, like, I'm going to send it to you. It is so sudden, like, even for him, and even when we know what's going on, like, he goes nuclear, like, real quick.
And I did a little chart too, to just so we can follow how the game of telephone went.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly, Sheena overheard Jax.
No.
And then Jax talked to Sheena about it. And then Sheena told Ariana, in which Ariana told Sandoval, and then Sandoval confronted Jax about it.
No, Sandoval told Ariana what he wanted to say, and then Ariana said that to Jax. Sandoval didn't say it to Jax first. Yeah.
Yeah. There were some offshoots right there. But this whole idea that Tom Sandoval wanted to talk about his band, this man swears he heard it with his own eyes. Like, he is really doubling down.
That's how it happened in his head.
Clip. That's right. He did say, I swear to God, that's exactly how it happened in my head. Well, sir, that is not a credible statement. That's not what we're doing. No.
And he does that thing when he starts yelling in that certain voice. And so then Tom calls him a pussy and he leaves. And once again,
more.
I'll say for the 10th time this year, this could be the last conversation you two ever have with him. If you want it to be, there's enough right here to go.
It's never going to be the last conversation. It's never going to be the last conversation that they have. So that is a futile wish. There's a couple of things said here that Jack says that I just was like, huh? Number one, I think that Ariana is really influenced Sandoval because he's typically a chill guy. Okay. Evidence does not bear that to be true, but okay. And then 2, Jax is like, I am a great friend. No, evidence doesn't bear that out either, sir. So, I don't know. But then when that Sandoval loses his shit, it does feel a little awkward right here. Do you think they had to recreate it? Maybe that's why Jax had to like.
I wrote that there's weird editing here. Yeah, I think there is, and that's actually why I was recording it, because I was going to show you that I think it's weird, but also, I mean, like the things you're talking about, like these things caught my attention. Those all fall under Jax is full of shit. And he blows up for no reason. And that's all this, like, you do have to remember, like, this isn't like you or I flew off the handle. This is somebody who flies off the handle all the time. So it's not that weird, but
jacked up.
Do not worry. Jax is cute again. And the next time he's adorable. We're going to go have fun at the doctor's, throw some D's on it. Like, no, sir, don't do that. But,
sir, you left the back half of that off. We're going to throw some D's on this bitch. Talk about
the
bitch in question is the girl.
He shortens it one time. But, it's almost worse because he said something like, throw some D's on that. Like, I might even rather you call her your bitch than like that thing over there that pile of clay that I want to mold into exactly what I want it to be.
I really want us to bear out that these folks have been together 3 months.
That's correct.
3 months these people have been together. But they also but they rode separate too. Like, oh, did you talk to so-and-so? Oh yeah, I talked to her on the way over here. Where are y'all coming from? Neither one of y'all, where y'all, it's weird.
He would have to pay attention to her to know what the fuck she's doing 2 feet away from him. Do you think he is paying attention to her? He is trying to be on 3 different dating apps and drive at the same time and probably have a sandwich of some kind. Yep. You think he is? As soon as she goes to the room, what's he doing on that couch out there? Clacking away?
Swipe. Yeah.
How many women is he talking to while she's getting the boob job he wants?
Oh, God. That's so sad. Oh, my God. But before we move on, he does call her Boobs McGee, which is not to be confused with Tits McGee, which is from one of your faves, Anchorman.
Yeah, or Sweaty Pitts McGee, who is Stassi. So don't forget about that.
Let's move on to Sir, where Peter is just out here getting it done. He's like, yeah, we're busy tonight. I got to get here early. Like, he's opening curtains. He is unlocking chain doors. Like, he is manager, and manager is managing.
That's here. Right. And when he sees curly hair Lala, he's also got the goss. He's doing, he's everything a manager should be right there.
Yes,
man about town.
Really.
Yes.
And damn, Lala looks hot. She looks so freaking hot. She looks
she's pretty, and her attitude is normal because there's not one of the other jackass dudes around. So she's just normal. Like I was just saying last week, like we've never really seen her start shit. It's always some other. So, and also we do see her for 2 seconds. I don't mean to praise her like Mother Teresa. Like she really held her cool. Like it's a 4-minute scene. But
but she does say, like, I don't understand what's wrong with these motherfuckers around here, these dudes. Like, they are forever trying to hit me up or hit somebody up when they got a girlfriend sitting next to them. And she is spot on about that. But what has she been doing lately now that she doesn't have to, like, fuck with a skinny DJ? What has she been doing?
Book reading. Yeah. Just some real light reading. Just some Ayn Rand. Just very light. Okay. That book is half the thickness of my head.
Yeah, so I have a little bit of a rant. I read Atlas Shrugged and Fountainhead, and I've read a lot of Ayn Rand, and it is a very, very dangerous text for a young person in the world who does not have the context of a greater world. It is not about architecture, as Lala suggests. It is about the absolute rejection of altruism and empathy. It's kind of rapey. It is about radical individualism at the expense of the collective. And it's really sort of like main character syndrome times 100. So maybe it's good for her, but it is a very, very dangerous text for an unformed, frontal lobe to process. And I don't want anybody to think that Ayn Rand is some radical free thinker who is perpetuating these very positive ideas. Like, just look into it. It is careful with Ayn Rand.
I got schooled by some lady on a plane when I was reading Atlas Shrugged, and she told me all about, and I was like halfway through, and I was like, well, yeah, but now I didn't really read it the same way. Like I can go find that stuff out when I'm done. And she just was a nice older lady who wouldn't stop talking to me. But
I had a very similar experience. I read it in my 20s, and a teacher, poetry teacher, was like, hey, be careful. And then I read it again later for something, and I was like, oh yeah, I can see why he was saying that was dangerous. So
no, when I said I was younger, I was like 7. I wouldn't have. No,
far too young to.
I'm just kidding. Anyway, Jeff and Sundi's book review can go somewhere else.
Yeah,
but it's just some new shit has happened.
But like the same shit. It's like new same shit. James is drunk. Kristen antagonizes him. They fight. Boom. That is a replay of everything we already know about these two.
Which the Kristen side of it doesn't really come up a lot in this episode. So I'm kind of hoping that gets a little more press here soon.
Well, it's not as big news though, not headlines, because she doesn't work there, right? She's just a patron. She's going to pay her bill and leave, right? So I think Lisa's probably a little bit more concerned because she compares this. Kristen does get interjected here, but because she compares James's altercation with Richardson with the suck a dick Diana. Yeah.
Yeah, amongst the friends though, like more of a did you hear what happened down there? Just kind of that. When Lisa comes in, I don't think she's heard the story. She says she has. She's like, yeah. In fact, why don't you tell me something about it? I'm like, she didn't hear about this. She doesn't know.
I know. And she says, stupid boy. And you could tell that she's definitely reacting because she loves Richardson. She gets to flex her French when she hangs out with Richardson.
She also says, this ends here, and I will not tolerate that. So if you've got one of your pens, pop them in right there.
I'll put a pin in the Lisa does not tolerate it situation.
Yeah, and this one, Lala's like, this is a toxic situation around here. And I'm like, you're great. This is great.
So we're going to head over to Jax's where Brittany is infirm. And I will say this too. She's a really good patient. Even when she was coming out of anesthesia, she wasn't groggy. She wasn't crying. She wasn't grouchy. And she's laying down there and Jax is threatening to pull her arms up or like move her legs. And she's like, hey, just don't joke. So she's a pretty good patient. I don't know how good of a caretaker Jax is, but he has to help her go to the bathroom. I'm going to tell you right now, Carla and I have been married for 2.5 years and we still do not acknowledge each other's bathroom. Does she go? Nope. Do I? Nope. Absolutely. Is there a bathroom in our house? Nope. No, I don't know. I don't use it. Having to help this woman go do about her bathroom business after 3 months is brutal. And you know what? It serves him right. It serves him right.
Well, sure. But now we've seen them both on the toilet. So that's neat. That's a fun little, this is also put that toilet in the museum while we're at it.
Yeah, it's the callback.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't put her on the toilet. He doesn't care. He wants to put his face in those boobs. He doesn't really care. If there's one thing he can stay focused on, it's boobs.
Jeff, he's a proud father. That made my skin crawl. You don't talk like that about your sexualized parts of your partner. That is just so weird and gross.
Yes.
And Katie does not like when Short says, "Here, I'll look it out. I'll help you judge."
Which is funny. Remember what you asked me last time about her? Is Katie humorless? Well, we're gonna see.
I think we did. I think we just did. She said it'll be a cold day in hell. Man, nobody wants your fucking limp sock of a boyfriend. What are you being so protective over? Nobody wants this fucking deflated man.
But she wants some engagement photos, which we need everybody for because they can't do anything as the whole group's got to go with everything, and they're gonna have a party afterwards, and I'm nervous already.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you ought to be because it gets ugly. But she invited everybody to do away with the dumb invite wars. And so I think that was the right thing to do. That was the grown-up thing to do. So hopefully that will, get things going. And also, can Schwartz not just do anything for her?
Nope. Very, very outspoken. No.
Yes, he's like, she's like, you're being so pessimistic. I'm being realistic. I don't want to be the guy standing on the beach with his arms around a girlfriend. Sir, aren't you a model? Isn't that literally what you do for a living? Is stand around looking awkward and getting your picture taken?
If you don't want to stand on the beach with your fiance for a little while and have pictures of y'all made, then you don't want to do anything with her. That's it. If you don't want to do that one easy task, then you don't want anything at all.
And her ideas are really cute. Did you see some of the proofs? I mean, they looked really cute.
I'll mention her humor again here in a little while, as a matter of fact. But, I mean, dude, he doesn't want to do it, and he's saying it right there, and she's just are you listening to him?
Speaking of millennial shit right here, The Sandlot is a adorable theme for a photo shoot, and he is still being bratty and pissy. Just
a couple scenes ago, I said I was talking about her humor, and this is funny. And I guess her and Schwartz haven't discussed it until right this second.
Yes, I guess you didn't want to hear him bitching and crying about it because he would have. He would have just.
He's bitching and crying about something else. I mean, he's at home complaining about something.
We have seen him do so much less classy shit, and this is the line he's drawing in the sand. Pouring the drink on your girlfriend, that's fine. But this is not classy. I don't know. And the pictures, from what we saw of the little steals that they did, they looked really, really good.
And I bet it took 2 minutes for him to lay in the water and splash around for a little while. Dude, your best friend is Jax Taylor. You can't be embarrassed. Nothing is embarrassing to you.
This is where, because he was like, this is the first of many cheesy and expensive things that I do. I think that Schwartz must have a really low self-esteem because people who have the lowest self-image or the lowest idea of themselves are the ones who are always so worried about being embarrassed or doing dumb, cringe things. And it says way more about him that he finds it embarrassing than it does about anything.
Well, he's also talking about the price all the time as much as the embarrassment. It's so expensive. What do you care, dude? And I mean,
exactly.
What do you care? I mean, it's just, but it goes back to what I'm saying. Yeah, he's saying it's embarrassing. Yes, he's saying it's expensive. What is he saying though? I don't want to do this. I don't want to be engaged to you.
Yeah.
I don't want to do any of this. Like, so why don't we just grant him that wish? Fly away, little bird. Fly away.
Speaking of prying something out of somebody's cold, dead hands, you can pry Schwartz out of Katie's cold, dead hands. She is never letting this man go.
Good call.
So,
and are Sheena and Jax hanging out every night?
There's a text, so they were like, tell me what you know. What'd you know? What'd you hear? There's just like flying back and forth. That's what he was on the phone with when he was in the car when she was in her surgery. Sheena getting the hot guys. So as I wrote down this, I was like, Jax tries to bring the guys about Richardson and stuff, and Sheena already knows. How does Sheena already know? Like, is she just always lurking around the corner like a spy in a trench coat?
She's got it bugged, probably. Yeah, she has Peter bugged. That's because that's who gets it all, like.
Yeah.
She
like,
just
how do
hanging
you
out
know?
at Sir.
She's like the goddamn Oracle of Delphi over here. Anything happens, she's like, what? Must tell everyone.
I'm more wondering why Jax has had such a bad day already. It's like, it's been rough. I feel bad. I'm sorry. It's a bad. What's going on?
Taking care of Brittany. That's what it is. He's having to output some selfless acts, and he can't. The structure of his being cannot handle it.
That's your boot. That's your call. The reason she is infirm right now is because you wanted her to have whatever. Never mind. I'm done.
You did this. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the pump where LBP is just flexing her French left and right, and he gets she gets a little download about Jack about James, talking about, I'm James Kennedy, you're always going to be a waiter, you're nothing, I'm above you, all this stuff, like just this real douchey shit that he's saying, and it's a maturity thing, not a character thing. It's a maturity thing.
No, and I mean, when James sits down, like, he's pretty shitty right away. I mean,
yeah,
and like, he's been texting Lisa to take it easy on him. That's not great.
Why does he have her phone number?
But I don't think Lisa's just flexing. It's a way for them to talk about James with him sitting right there. Because Richardson's talking in French also.
I know, but I'm saying they sat there for 30 minutes before he got there. They could have said all the things without him standing in there. Like, that's just a way. Like, Lisa Vanderpump's going Lisa Vanderpump.
Yes, it's embarrassing to him, I think. And I mean, because Richardson doesn't need to be told, you're nothing, you're beneath me. So,
right.
Do a little something on him.
I would like to know how long Richardson has worked for this group and that he is merely head waiter now. Could he not be a manager or some other kind of supervisory role? Like, he's your right-hand man.
They got other good people down there. They got other good people we keep hearing about. And James is over there like, I'll be a dishwasher. I'll bust tables. Like, those aren't punishments. Those are real jobs that people have. And a lot of people in Los Angeles would love to have the job that you're talking about. Like, it's horrible. Like, I remember there was a movie about a chef Bradley Cooper played called Burnt. And at the beginning, he's like he wants to shuck 1 million oysters before he goes and do something else to like pay his penance to the culinary world. I'm like, that's not torture. That's a job. People get paid to do that. Some people really enjoy that. Like, you just opened this movie about food shitting on a big food job. I'm like, same way James is talking about it. It's like, this is people make money this way.
But he made money doing that. That was his job before this DJ shit happened. But she says he's not cut out for it. Nope, pump out. No more. You're done. Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
You're not really done. I will give you 3 Buster shifts a week, but the Pump album is paused.
On hold. But pull some of those pins out from earlier that we talked about. What?
And the pins, when we pull them out, reveal Lisa being, again, an apologist for shitty, toxic men. And not to be a hypocrite, I do have to admit that throughout our Summer House coverage, I have been a Kyle Cook apologist. That is a toxic trait of mine. You guys have heard me take up for toxic trash men this entire show, this entire series of shows. So, I can't really come too hot for Lisa.
Yeah, but Lisa, you didn't say you were going to punish Kyle and then went back on your word a little bit. Earlier, Lisa said he's a stupid, stupid boy. This ends here. I will not tolerate that. In this conversation, she says, like she can't support this any longer. And what she does is tolerate it, support it, and allow it to not end right there. So she just goes back on all that stuff.
He feels punished, right? Like he feels the loss of it, though, because later at the beach when he's like, "Yeah, I'm heartbroken. I would have fucked it up anyway," but blah blah blah. Like he is,
We've seen
chagrined a little bit.
But haven't we seen him feel shitty about the thing he did 10 times this year?
But there's no object permanence for James.
Right. Well, that's an issue. So make it permanent that you can't work here, and maybe he'll learn from it. If you keep allowing him to, he's not going to.
I don't know. James is getting them ratings up. She can't really fire him altogether. Not when folks are tuning in to watch him act crazy.
I say give it a shot.
So head to the beach, and Jax teases Lala a little bit about something about James. And this woman launches into a full psychological workup on James, and then kind of like subtextually Jax about how he just needs everybody to pay attention to him, and he wants to bring this girl to flirt with her, so I'll kiss him so Kristen will fuck him. And I was just like, oh yeah, that's pretty much exactly how it's going, right? Like, yeah.
It was gonna like needy, but also willing to cheat. Like, that's quite a combo. That's something. But more comedy coming our way Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, I'll allow Kristen's sketch. It was so brief, but no more of Rachel. No, I mean, you may be talented, ma'am, and I am not making comments, unlike Ariana, about your craft, but this is not it. This is not the place for it. This is a time and place, and it's not what we're doing.
She's going to get it in while she can. Come on. I mean, Kristen has a sketch comedy show where she's doing a couple sketches. There's also stand-up involved. She's making out with a new guy on her leash,
Yeah.
And Ariana has questions.
So somebody said uses the phrase sketch comedy, and Ariana stiffens like she's been struck by lightning. What? She's been doing sketch comedy? Has she been taking classes?
Did she have a class?
I take sketch comedy very seriously. What are you saying? Do you hear what it is? And she is actively offended, and she stands by this ridiculous statement throughout the rest of the beach party.
Yeah, she takes it seriously. So she hates when people think they can just do it. She is all about people bettering themselves. But let me just push her down real quick before. But how dare she try something new? Can you imagine like some woman who's big in sketch comedy, massive, like Amy Poehler, well, I hope they've had class. Like if you got on stage and you're funny and you know how to do it, like that's what you know how to do, man. Like you don't have to rise up the ranks through Second City and go onto this thing and do a certain path. Like maybe you haven't been asked to do a whole bunch. Yeah.
I mean,
it's quite a reaction.
Not only does she come for Kristen, yes, she's not funny, but she is a joke. She comes for Rachel as well. That her jokes aren't particularly original or funny. Like, why do you have to be that way? Like, so do you know those cartoon characters? I remember as a Care Bear who just walked around with a rain cloud over their head and it just followed them.
Like in Charlie Brown, they do it. Yeah.
Yeah. And she's sadness from inside out. Like she's just, oh, everybody's happening without me.
Yeah.
I take sketch comedy so seriously.
Like, I was like, Jesus, get over it. Like someone else did comedy while you stepped away from it and you hate it. So that's it.
And Katie was like, this bitch got a lot of opinions about a show she hadn't seen. Now there's a little peek of Katie's humor, like just trying to get out a little bit and then just goes right back in. Right.
Yeah. Sheena's like, you could have just stayed home with all this.
Yeah, and then Ariana counters that. Well, listen, I'm just trying to pretend to have fun because I've been pretending to have fun with you jabronis for months.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
stay home, girl. You ain't doing nobody any favors out here. Just like everything you touch turns black and white, like the opposite of Pleasantville. We don't need it. Stay home. Like everybody's having a good time.
And then here comes James
Mm-hmm.
with Laurel in tow.
How long have these people been going out, you think?
Second time they've seen each other ever, probably.
She kisses his shoulder in a way that is typically reserved for a real familiarity. And I was just like, ooh, yikes.
He's on television.
Yeah, well, but people surmise that he brought her because he thought Kristen was going to bring Carter. And so he had to come, equipped. And Jax has some real fucking ironic advice for this man. I mean, he has a DJ. All you got to do is just don't get drunk and show up and play. Aren't you still suspended?
He's been off suspension for 2 minutes, is what I said. And now he's over here doing this.
Giving advice about how James can keep his job. You might need to just turn that advice right around you. But he is really
They're
happy
also
to see
guilty
James
about commentary on the thing that they themselves just did 2 seconds ago. Like they do that all the time.
And Kristen shows up. She's immediately clocked James, who I'm so glad that she's so much over him. It's like whenever he found out that, she wasn't going to come running back, he took an ad in the high school paper, which that joke does not age very well. Like, I probably shouldn't be laughing at that. I mean, I don't know. It makes me feel gross. But Jax immediately tattles to Kristen about what Ariana said.
Yes.
He's like, oh, girl, let me tell you what's happening. I'm like, God damn, could she sit down? Like, pull her, sunscreen out first? God.
Except he called it Ariana's upset because you're a sketch artist. I was like, well, I don't know if that's I think sketch artist is a different profession.
Like she works for the FBI.
It's always just
just not right, just right.
But we get a
Kristen,
great
she feels sorry for Ariana, which I kind of do too, because I have some opinions that she's like, therapy has helped me to really just get things by, let things go and get by things, but not today. That's not what I'm going to do today. And then the editing gets her walk up, and she walks up to Tom and Ariana, and she says, "Hey guys," her dukes might as well have been
just
up.
Confident as hell. Yeah, on her way to the ring, walking up. Yeah.
Negative and sour, because that's what Kristen calls her. And Ariana's been doing comedy for 10 years. What else am I missing here?
What we're all missing is knowing the fact that there are 2 million comedians right now doing comedy in LA. So everyone get over it. There's other people doing it. That's just fine. I mean, there's lots of back and forth. When it starts dwindling down, it's just very good looking people in a beautiful setting arguing over petty shit with each other for a couple minutes before this big scene with Peter and Jax.
This also feels a little weirdly reconstructed and robotic a little bit, right? I don't know.
I think there is something weird, but upon the rewatch, I think I don't know if Peter knows this person. I think Peter is so caught off guard by Jax being so open and
no, not the Jax scene. The thing with Kristen, Ariana, and Tom, just like we were talking about it in front of their house with the couch scene, this just feels like either it's recreated or they are really forcing something. I don't know, maybe this conversation took place off camera and they had to have it again. I don't really know, but it just something felt really weird. And
it's just weird. I mean, it's a very weird feeling of it. The whole thing is just weird because Ariana, I get Sandoval getting upset about when Jax got upset with him, and that's a misunderstanding. But Ariana is straight up upset that they went and did comedy.
Yeah. She takes sketch comedy very seriously.
Right. Well, if they're not doing it at the Ariana Maddox sketch comedy studio, they're doing it, again, like I said, at any number of places in LA that do this. There's a lot.
I think Ariana might be grappling some kind of clinical depression here.
She just doesn't, she's not happy doing it. No.
Right. There's something that's happening in her that is just sort of turning to stone from the inside out. And she can't get over it. She can't let it go. She can't just participate in, you're on this show for a reason, and everything is poo-poo and everything is stupid and everything is dumb. So I think a good antidepressant could really go a long way for her, I think.
I think it's definitely not what she was bargaining for, I think, at this point for her.
Okay, so now let's talk about Jax's 3/5 life crisis.
It comes up quick. Like I said, I mean, I really don't know if Peter, this looks like it came out of complete left field for him. It's like, Jax is almost Terry right away. Like, he mentions Hawaii and it's just like, I mean, I really, as much as shit as I give him all the time, like, to see him, actually going through it, I don't relish in it. I mean, you're like, oh man, this is really, he's scared and being honest, and I don't mean just scared about the jail thing. It's about everything. I was like, stay in this. Just feel your actual feelings. Like, do not guzzle vodka and grab a bag for like just a couple days and just be right this.
Suggest something crazy like that. But that's wild.
I mean, he's saying all the things on his mind. He's talking about, a possible change. And that I think what the biggest problem is that he thinks all press is good press kind of thing. Like, as long as he's in the fucking rotation, then it's fucking good. And sweet Peter's, I mean, his reaction is just like, it's not all bad for people not to talk about you all the time. It's like, oh,
Peter is ill-equipped for this level of emotion from Jax. He cannot understand. You said it earlier. He's like, who is this person? Is this the Body Snatchers? Peter does not know how to interact with this version of Jax Taylor.
No, it looks like he didn't, like, it looks like Peter just appeared there. Like, they accidentally vaporized him, like, and he just got beamed there into this Jax having this serious moment. But I mean, I know some of these feelings, like talking about like, everybody else deserves this. I don't deserve anything. Like, I get like the being down on yourself, and when substance abuse for a long time has been involved. Like, so it's quite a thing to see him open up.
Really, and like the most introspective thing that he said was, if I'm not being talked about, then not being accepted. And you said it sort of in a different way too, but like that is literally the most introspective thing. And just that like realization could really be life-changing. Does it go away immediately like an Etch-a-Sketch? Yes, it does. Because we see scenes from next week. And
and how dare you say sketch, by the way? I take that word sketch very seriously. So to hear you just say it willy-nilly like that, I don't care for it.
I need an Etch-a-Sketch class. Am I taking classes? We see somebody is rage texting. We don't know who. My guess is Jax. But
I think it was Katie.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Well, I don't know.
It seemed like Katie is upset about something. I don't know.
Sandoval is still mad at Jax, and then Jax threw him under the bus because water is wet. Sheena feels abandoned. James's mom enters the chat and immediately blames the woman. And somebody is surprising Stassi. So that's what's in store for next week.
Exactly right. What'd you have from the past?
So this is really niche, but those shoes that Lala was wearing in her one scene, those blue like lace-up cage shoes, were everywhere. I even looked up. There was like 100 different brands. It's almost like a booty. They were everywhere. I bet you every woman my age or a little bit younger has those shoes in their closet at one point. So for sure. Already talked about the robe being $100. Yeah, right. Jax drives a Dodge Charger. We're not seeing a whole lot of Dodge Chargers roll off the lot in 2026 these days, I don't think.
Huh.
I mean,
car talk from Sundi.
Well, it was just a really, like, you know how the PT Cruiser was really big and the Mini Cooper was really big? The Dodge Charger was having a moment then. So, and then lastly, Kristen makes a Pretty Woman reference. Huge mistake. Huge mistake. Which really it's big mistake. Huge. But I thought that was kind of fun.
I have the Pretty Woman. Was that it for you?
Yeah.
Kristen mentioned, Ariana shows up on a sitcom every 5 years or whatever. Remember sitcoms? Remember when sitcoms used to be a thing?
Yeah.
They were a real big thing for a long time, and they're not really around that much anymore.
Well, that didn't age very well because she's absolutely on a sitcom, St. Dennis Medical right now. So, like, damn, Kristen just manifested that shit for her.
Well, if she does it every 5 years, then she could have been on 2 since she said this, and that'd be once every 5 years. Yeah. Also, certain stores and coffee shops you used to go to, and they would have the CD there, like at the front, it would have like what they're playing on it. And I imagine that's what Lisa envisioned. Like by the register at Pump, you can buy the CD here, and they just play those 10 songs all the time.
Yeah.
But stores and coffee shops everywhere used to have CDs at the register, like with what was playing, and it was cool for a little while.
I mean, for sure. That's a really funny, specific memory of thinking about the CDs by the front.
Oh yeah, I've got an Eddie Bauer Christmas CD from like 1998. It's great. It's the best Christmas mix ever.
Kids, ask your parents about Eddie Bauer and Christmas CDs.
Yeah. We're in our season of Oops All Chumps, because there's a few, I think, this week. Who you got?
Ariana. I
Okay.
hate to pile on, but she is so grouchy, and it takes so little to plunge her into a dark place or a dark mood, at least. Like, lighten up, girl. Get you some Wellbutrin. We're all out here fighting for our lives. Come on.
I had Ariana also, but I mean, I had a couple more. Like Lisa, really, for the dudes you hire, I'm sick of it. I love you, and there's really just two shitty dudes. Like for the most part, the ones that work for you are mostly okay at work. So why are you letting these two show their ass all over the place? The fact that you say like it's gonna be over, and then you don't even tell us that first part. We know it's coming.
This is unprecedented. I do not believe that Lisa has ever been a Trump. This is a first for the But I'll Take a Pinot Grigio podcast.
I'm not happy about it, but it's just where I'm at.
I had a really hard time coming up with a LVP.
I kind of split it with two. What's yours?
Well, The Sandlot, because, throwback, and then adjacently maybe Katie. I don't know, maybe Dr. Lakey. I mean, I don't know. Everybody was just so insufferable this episode. I could not come up with one.
I had Katie in my running for Chump. Like humorless, sexless. You've got a rotating best friend cycle. Yeah. I don't know where you're coming from. Like, but the last scene ended it. The last scene got, sold it for me. But LVP, I had, Jax's toilet, because it's probably one of the most famous toilets in reality TV history.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
And also, I mean, Richardson, every time he's on the show, he comes off great. He can speak French with Lisa. I mean, that's big right there. And he can wear a tight pink shirt. So bravo, man. Way to go.
Yeah. I worry about his vascular health, because his shirt is so tight on his arms.
I'm sure if he and I go to a cardiologist, he's going to be like, yeah, you need to worry about that really fit guy that's 32 years old over there.
I'm just saying. But
don't worry, he'll bulge out of that thing before it cuts him off.
So we have one episode left until the 3-part reunion, and then the secret's revealed.
3.
So we have 3 episodes left?
18, 19, 20.
Oh, I was thinking that if there's 24 altogether, okay. Yeah, maybe. I guess maybe like 2 or 3. I don't know. I'll have to count it up. But so
18, 19, 20, and then 4.
Okay. Whew, we still got a little bit to go. So we're still on the sprint for it. But
that's right.
Y'all go find us on the socials. We have fun in there, and make sure to like us and rate us, because, we think we're funny. We need to know that you think we're funny.
That's right.